Hello students, welcome back. So we have finished with the first part of the chapter, that is electrochemical cell. Fine. Now today we'll start with the second part, as we have already discussed in the starting. The three parts are there. So second part is electrolytic cell, and we have seen the differences also between the two. So electrolytic cells, we know these are those which are redox reaction, non-spontaneous in nature. Redox reaction, non-spontaneous. It means here electrical energy gets converted into chemical energy, whereas in electrochemical cell, opposite takes place. That redox reaction is of spontaneous nature and chemical energy gets converted into electrical energy. So now let's see the electrolysis process. Electrolysis. It consists of two words, electro and lysis. Lysis means breakdown and electro from electricity. So it means breakdown of the substance in the presence of the electricity. Okay, basically electrolysis is defined as the decomposition. It is defined as decomposition of an electrolyte. It is defined as the decomposition of an electrolyte when electric current is passed through it. Okay, it is a decomposition of an electrolyte when an electric current is passed either through its molten state, in two forms it can be done, or in its molten state or its aqueous solution. So electrolyte gets decomposed in the presence of electricity either through its molten state or in its aqueous solution. Fine. So it means it gets, you can say, gets dissociated into its constituent ions, and then the ions gets moved to their respective electrodes and gets deposited over there in the form of the products. So let's start discussing this process, that what are the reactions which takes place at anode and what are the reactions which takes place at the cathode. Okay, so let's see electrolysis process. This you have studied in 10th standard about electrolysis. So let's consider the vessel. So the vessel in which the electrolysis process is carried out is known as electrolytic tank. Electrolytic tank. In this electrolytic tank, we'll take the electrolytic solution. Electrolytic solution, that is your electrolyte. Fine. Then we'll take two electrodes. One is anode and one is cathode. Okay. Two electrodes are connected. Okay, these are the two electrodes which are connected with the help of wires, the positive and the negative terminal of the battery. So this positive terminal here, we know that the signs are opposite as compared to that of the electrochemical cell, but the processes will remain same. Okay, so the electrode, these are the electrodes which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. This is positive and this is negative. Positive terminal of the battery is known as anode, and which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, it is known as cathode. Fine. Now on passing electricity, as we have connected the two electrodes with the help of wire, on passing electricity, what will happen? The oppositely charged ions which are present in the electrolyte, they just start moving towards their respective electrode. Means positive will move towards the negative one and negative one will move towards the positive one. So here, this is a positive electrode, so negative electrode will move towards this and positive will move towards this side. So this is the meaning. So in this way the product gets liberated. Fine. Now, the product of electrolysis, this is all about the electrolysis process. Okay. So, the ions, they just move to the respective electrodes. Fine. Okay. So, what happens, how the electrode products gets formed? Like suppose if any other, any compound is there, so they can, you can say, move in the form of the respective ions, or then after that they just release their ions, release their electrons or discharge their electrons, and then becomes neutral species, and then the products get formed. So two types of changes are there. One is primary change and the second is secondary change. In primary change, they will not discharge their electrons. In the secondary change, they discharge their electrons and become neutral species. In this only, they just move to their respective electrons. Fine. So this is about electrolysis process. Now let's see how the product of electrolysis, whatever products we are getting, how they depends upon the different factors. Okay, electrolysis process. So let's see, the product of electrolysis depends upon the following factors. So let's see how the product of electrolysis depends upon, first is nature of electrolyte. Okay, whatever electrolyte is present, it influences the nature of the products. Electrolyte. Okay, so it influences the formation of products. Second, nature of electrodes. Okay, electrodes, they are of two types, inert and non-inert. Inert or non-attackable. It means they do not attack. Attackable. And they are non-inert. It means attackable. So the product will be different. Different products gets formed. That is product of electrolysis. Different products gets formed. Okay, because inert electrode will do not take part in the reaction, but the non-inert electrode, that is attackable electrode, it will take part in the reaction, and then it will change the nature of the products. Then the next is, last factor is oxidizing and reducing species present in the electrolytic cell. Third is oxidizing and reducing species. Oxidizing and reducing species present in the cell, that is electrolytic cell. Fine. So it also depends upon the species which is going to be reduced or oxidized, because if the electrolysis process is carrying out, then you can say there is a competition between the species, that which species will get oxidized and which species will get reduced. Okay, so if you can say more than one species are present, then more than one species, then there is a competition between the two species. Okay, more than one means like more than one species is present for oxidation and more than one species is present for reduction. Here in bracket you can write down for reduction as well as oxidation. That's why there is a competition. If one is there, then simply products get formed, but more than one species is present. That now we have to decide which one will get liberated at cathode and which one will, you can say, going to take part at the anode. Fine. So we can say that how will come to know that which species will get discharged. So at cathode, species will higher E0 value is required. Is required or undergo reaction. And at anode, at cathode we know that reduction is taking place, so species with higher E0 value is required or undergo reduction process. Cathode. And at anode, species with lower E0 value with higher E0 value, here lower E0 value is required or undergo oxidation process. Fine, because at anode oxidation takes place and cathode reduction takes place. Fine. Now sometimes what happens, so this is the criteria, or you can say this is the condition for the species, that if it is having higher E0 with respect to the other, then it will undergo reduction process. If it is having lower E0, then with respect to the other species, which is also going to take part in the anode only, then with lower E0 value we have to choose. So this will, you can say, decide the product of electrolysis. So you can say that product of electrolysis depends upon the E0 value. Now in some cases what happens, that species at the given electrode potential do not get discharged. Species, you can say, with the particular, like with the, you can say, species, this is sometimes, okay, you can note it down, note point as a note point. Species at the applied E0 do not get discharge as the process is slow. Okay, process is slow, although the reaction is feasible, but the process is slow. So in that case, what is required, that we need to, here over potential term comes. Over potential has to be applied from outside so that the process should takes place. Over potential or over voltage has to be applied. Fine. So this is the note point. You have to make note of this, because this will going to use in case of water, because there the process, you can say, water formation of the ions from the water is kinetically slow. So and then O2 will not get liberated. Here that case its voltage is low, applied E0 is low. In that case over voltage has to be supplied. So in that case O2 will not get evolved, and further you can say that another reaction is taking place. Okay, so now let's start with the electrolysis process, electrolysis of different substances. So first we'll see the simple one, that electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. Molten, it's in the molten form, so no water is present, only aqueous form, no aqueous form is there. So NaCl, that is in molten form, it's in the liquid form, gives you Na positive and Cl minus, okay, on electrolysis. Fine. Then let's see what gets, which reaction takes place at cathode and which reaction takes place at anode. At cathode, at anode. So at anode, at cathode, reduction takes place. So reduction of what? Reduction means gain of electrons. Fine. So chlorine ion will gain electrons and gives you chlorine gas. Fine. Similarly, at anode, oxidation takes place. At cathode, this sodium, at cathode means that is reduction, gain of electrons. So sodium ion will accept electron and gets converted into sodium metal. Fine. So here pure sodium gets obtained. Pure sodium gets obtained at the cathode. Fine. And at anode we know that oxidation takes place. This means lose of electron. So chlorine ion will lose electron and gives you chlorine gas. Okay. So chlorine gas will get liberated here. In order to balance, you can balance also. So here 2Cl minus and this chlorine gas will get evolved at, and this is 2 electrons. Okay, so what is the overall reaction? 2 Na positive, 2Cl minus gives you 2 Na solid plus Cl2. Yes. So this is your reaction, overall reaction. It means this is taking place at cathode and this is liberated at anode. So this you have to remember. Fine. So this simplest example we have taken. Fine. So on the basis of E naught value, now we'll discuss the product of electrolysis in case of, you can say, aqueous solution. Then in case of water, you can say which H plus ions are present, and then we'll see with the different electrodes. So okay, this here we have seen we are started with the first part, nature of the electrolyte. Okay. If we are taking molten one or aqueous one, so that will, the products will change. Fine, then we'll see with the different electrodes also, attackable as well as non-attackable, you will find that products are different. Okay, so this we'll see in the next class. Till then, thank you.